Welcome to Aspire. Aspire stands for Analytical System for Planning of Infrastructure Rehabilitation. It is a user-friendly, web-based decision support system for rehabilitation planning of all kinds of infrastructure. It has been developed by the Purdue University Aspire research team in the Division of Construction Engineering and Management. The objective of Aspire is to assist public agencies in planning cost-effective rehabilitation strategies within the constraints of the capital program. Basically, the Aspire needs one supervisor and 4 inputs from 4 different sources: a project manager, 3 to 6 professionals known as group members, a field engineer, and a cost estimator to operate the entire system. Let's start with the supervisor. The supervisor is responsible for all projects in the organization. The supervisor's main tasks are to create new rehabilitation projects, as well as edit and delete the existing projects. However, more importantly, his or her job is to assign a suitable project manager to the project, because the assigned project manager will control all procedures for making decisions for final rehabilitation of facilities. Basically, all members have their own user ID and password. Like all applications you see on the internet, if you're one of the team members, you will log into the application with your account. After logging into this application, you'll see this screen to select your job. Your roles on a certain project will be changeable according to the characteristics of the rehabilitation projects. For example, you could be the project manager for Project A, while you are the group member for Project B. Therefore, you can see your current projects by clicking the menu bar on the left side and select the role to work on. First, let's go to the main screen for a project manager. Now you're seeing the main screen as a project manager. You can see all the useful information related to the projects that you're participating in. The useful information is displayed as soon as you select one of the projects on the project list table. On the left side, you can see the individual work completion status display, while on the right side, you can check your work status and other participants' work status. And most importantly, you have your own tasks on the top menu bar. Your tasks are classified as Project, GM Evaluation, Optimal Solution, and Report. First, in the Project menu, you assign other team members like group members, a field engineer, and a cost estimator. Let's select one project. As you see the project, this project does not have any participants. I will go into Manage Project Members and assign this member as a group member. You go back to the main screen. Here you can see the member on the left side. And Aspire requires technical and social political criteria to estimate the physical condition of facilities. You can create a maximum of 7 technical and 7 social political criteria. Each criterion in those criteria has a maximum of 6 sub-criteria. For example, technical criteria could be a superstructure, a substructure, and a foundation with deck, expansion joint, and bearing as the correspondingly sub-criteria associated with the superstructure. You'll fill out all necessary criteria and sub-criteria for technical as well as social criteria. As the last task in the project menu, you enter facility information like total available funds, facility names, and additional funds. The major funds for rehabilitation projects can be categorized as funding from capital programs and additional funding. The total available funds from a capital program are obtained from the federal, state, and local governments, while the additional funds could come from private developers and local businesses benefiting from infrastructure rehabilitation. Furthermore, the additional funds are usually allocated for a specific facility, called undistributed funds, or criterion, distributed funds. Second, GM evaluation. Aspire includes a group member evaluation module into the decision-making for rehabilitation projects. As you saw earlier, this decision support system has technical and social political criteria and sub-criteria associated with them to evaluate the physical condition of facilities. However, those evaluation criteria have different weighted values according to the characteristics of the rehabilitation projects. For this, each group member will assign weighted values to the criteria and sub-criteria. In this phase, the project manager will create the individual group members because they each have different backgrounds based on technical and project knowledge, experience, educational qualifications, etc. For example, this project has 6 group members and 3 evaluation criteria. You'll give a score to each group member according to criteria and intensities associated with it. So far, you have completed your tasks on the left 2 categories on the menu bar. However, the optimal solution on the menu bar asks other team members to finish their tasks. Because it is for determining full and partial rehabilitation of facilities, considering limited funds available. We will explain this after showing you other team members' tasks. Let's start with group members. After logging into the application with your account, you'll select the group members task, and then the application will lead you to this main screen for group members. You can also see the menu bar on the top of the screen. By selecting one of your projects, you can check your work status on the right side. I'll select one project to show you how you evaluate technical and social political criteria created by the project manager. And you assign a weighted value to one criterion against another criterion according to its relative importance. You will repeat these evaluations for technical sub-criteria, social political criteria, and sub-criteria. If you have 3 group members for a specific project, all of the group members will work on it as shown like this. Next, a field engineer. Now you're in the main screen of a field engineer. The basic format of the main screen is the same as the other main screens. Your main job as a field engineer is to evaluate the physical condition of facilities with a 5-point scale such as good, fair, moderate, poor, and severe based on technical and social political criteria. This project has 5 non-evaluated bridge facilities and a total of 3 technical criteria. You can evaluate the bridge based on the physical inspection of the facility by selecting one of the radio buttons. Your task on this project will finish when you complete evaluations for all bridges and criteria like this. Finally, for the optimal solution, we require input from a cost estimator that includes an estimate of the cost for rehabilitation based on the physical conditions of facilities. As you see on the screen, you'll select one facility and enter the estimated cost like this for technical and social political criteria. Now, all other team members have completed their tasks. The remaining work is only the project manager's optimal analysis. Let's go again to the project manager's main screen. In the optimal solution menu, the project manager has two tasks. First, calculation of priority for technical and social political criteria based on the input data from GMs, an FE, and an ES. The priority will be calculated automatically by the application by incorporating the individual group member scores defined by the project manager, as well as their evaluated weighted scores for technical and social political criteria. Second, optimal analysis to select full and partial rehabilitation facilities by allocating the limited available funds. Let's start the optimal analysis process by selecting Threshold Value in the menu bar. You will see this menu with necessary information for optimal analysis. For example, Project, the City of A, Pipeline Rehabilitation Project, which you are seeing has $1 million as the total available funds. There are also a total of 10 pipelines which need rehabilitation actions with final scores and required funds. You will determine full rehabilitation facilities considering limited funds available, as well as the partial rehabilitation candidate facilities. They can be done by entering maximum and minimum threshold values as you are seeing now. And then, the application will analyze the partial rehabilitation candidate facilities to determine which criteria of the facilities could be considered for partial rehabilitation projects. In this example, the partial rehabilitation candidate facilities are line A7, A4, A8, A5, and A10. And the application shows you the results of optimal solution. In this screen, the number 1 means that the facility will be partially rehabilitated for the criteria. There are no actions taken for criteria with 0. By now you have completed all analysis for your rehabilitation project. Aspire provides users with various predefined reports. By using these reports, you can get basic project information as you see now. Also final summary results as well as detailed results as needed. We introduced the user-friendly, web-based decision support system to you. We believe this application will help you plan more cost-effective rehabilitation strategies in your field. Also, this application will reduce your efforts for decision-making. If you have any questions, please contact Purdue Aspire Research Team anytime at 765-494-2240 or by email at hostock@purdue.edu, yoon29@purdue.edu. Thank you.